Well, good evening. Wanted to give you the latest on the weather impact alert for this weekend, Saturday, Sunday, maybe even into Monday. The chance for a weekend winter storm. And we're expecting freezing rain, sleet possibly, and maybe some snow. Timing is mostly Saturday afternoon through Saturday night into Sunday. A couple models have some showers going into Monday. I'll show you all that here in a second. Rain, freezing rain, especially Saturday night through the overnight hours, but it's possible Saturday and Sunday as well. It's looking toward more probable, actually. Hazardous travel, that's your impact. It could be treacherous out there. It doesn't take much ice, especially in this day, to cause hazardous driving conditions and power outages. You get the freezing rain on the power lines, they tend to snap. You get trees that get too heavy with that freezing rain, and they topple the branches into power lines. It's another way to do it. We're going to be warmer the next couple of days, but we're really going to cool things down into the 30s this weekend. And the cold doesn't stop there. It goes into Monday and Tuesday. So, you know, the possibility of power outages, you want to make sure that you got warmth, a way to warm everybody, because into next week, we're going to stay in the 20s overnight and into the teens possibly, maybe even mid-teens by the time we get to Tuesday morning. Let's go over the precip types real quick, because a lot of people, especially in South Carolina or all over the South, don't really understand the difference between freezing rain and sleet. We all know what rain is. We all know what snow is. But for freezing rain, and it's all about for freezing rain, it's about the surface temperature. For sleet, it's about what we call temperature profile, the temperatures as you go higher in the air. You can have warm layers and cold layers. Now, freezing rain is water droplets, rain droplets that hit the ground. The ground's 32 degrees or below, and it freezes on contact. That's the most dangerous winter weather driving condition that you can have. The only thing worse I can think of is snow over ice, because it confuses a lot of drivers. Now, sleet is different. It is water droplets that could go through warm layers and then go through a cold layer in the atmosphere and freeze into little ice pellets, and those can accumulate. Neither one of them is good for winter weather, but freezing rain is definitely the worst, because it doesn't take much, maybe eighth of an inch to a quarter of an inch, and you have treacherous driving conditions. So be aware of that, the difference between the precip types. And we can have all four this weekend. So that's Saturday through your Sunday, maybe into Monday. Warm, mostly dry through Thursday. Friday, a chance for showers, and then the rain, freezing rain, Saturday into your Sunday. Right now we're at 39 degrees, calm winds, another cold night tonight. So, you know, we're in the mid 30s, even some upper 40s out there, but we're diving down into the 20s again tonight. Clear or mostly clear and cold. 24 your low. That's what it was this morning and yesterday morning. So very similar. The afternoon will bring on a few clouds. We're going to see actually temperatures a few degrees warmer, looking at a high of 55 degrees, and it gets warmer after that. I'll show you. 24 tonight, mostly in the low to mid 20s, 55 to 57 tomorrow. So that's actually close to normal, which is 57. Next 3 days with this model here, you see clouds come into the picture after a clear night, cold night tonight, and a chilly morning. And about 5 o'clock, you see, you know, variably cloudy skies. Here's a very slight chance. The farther west you go, the better chance. A slight chance for a shower on Thursday, but it's really Friday when we start to see the chance for rain, and it looks like it'll be all beneficial rain. Notice how Thursday we get some more clouds into the overnight hours. That'll help keep our overnights a little bit warmer, but cold air is coming its way, clouds or not, this weekend. So 55 tomorrow after a cold morning, 60 with a low of 36, clouds help, and 58 with a low of 43 on your Friday. But that's where the warm air above normal temperatures end, because we're looking at 30s and 20s this weekend. So there's a very slight chance for a rain shower Thursday, rain on Friday, all rain, beneficial stuff. Looks like the whole state has a chance for a shower. And then we get a little bit of a break, and then Saturday night into Sunday is the chance for that freezing rain, and some models take it even into early Monday. Let's show you model number one. They're in pretty good agreement, and they've been consistent the last few days. That's why we have enough confidence to issue the weather impact alert. Rain showers through the day on Friday. This is 4 p.m. on Friday. Those leave the area. That gets a little bit of a break here. The next model I'll show you has less of a break there. White is snow. The blue is snow, just moderate snow, and the pink is freezing rain, sleet, a mixture of rain and snow in there. And of course, the green is rain. You can see that we just stick with the freezing rain Saturday afternoon through Saturday night into Sunday morning. It just stays with us. So we could get some significant accumulations. And like I said, significant accumulation of ice is anything an eighth of an inch or greater. Now, it looks like this model tries to work some rain into it. It was actually almost all turning over to rain for the whole state yesterday's model run, but now it looks like it's going the other way. A little bit more cold air sinks to the south. And as we go into Sunday night, it's still with us. And the other model I was going to show you, it agrees for the most part, but it starts a little earlier on your Saturday and drags a little bit more through the day Sunday. But I would say the worst conditions look to be Saturday afternoon, Saturday night, into the overnight and into and through the day on Sunday. Notice the temperatures just hovering in the low to mid 30s, even some mid 20s there. If you got that cold, you probably see some snow mixed in there. But warm temperatures the next couple of days, that's going to be nice to see. It's not like this, just comparing this to last weekend's storm, two different totally different types of storms, number one. And as far as the danger level, this one's has much more potential to have significant impacts on us, not just for driving, traveling. When you have ice out there, it's hard to walk on sidewalks. It's very difficult. I don't mean to over-dramatize it, but if you have never dealt with ice before, and I think the last significant ice storm was in 2014, they had 300,000 people with power outages, and it lasted for days. So the one thing I do want to remind everyone is make sure that you have a way to stay warm, not just through the weekend if there's a power outage, but Monday into Tuesday. Look at Tuesday. We're looking at mid to upper teens, maybe some low 20s out there. So that cold air is going to stay with us into Tuesday, probably into Wednesday of next week. Of course, WLTX Plus, what you're watching now, WLTX.com, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 a year. We are always updating you, and we'll keep you updated on this particular storm as we get closer. I'd say the only thing that's a little uncertain is probably the surface temperature and the temperature profile in the atmosphere. But it's still, it looks like it's going to be freezing rain. I'd say better chance for freezing rain than the rain. Everything else looks to be in agreement and pretty consistency, and we're pretty confident about this storm this weekend. Stay tuned throughout the whole week, and we'll keep you updated.